Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And now that we got the Opensignal report, it's a telling report, but we have to say it's according to Opensignal, right? Because that's their testing, their methodology. So we got to say according to Opensignal. Now we wait on the new report from Root Metrics, which is likely due in the first 2 weeks of February, I've been told. And then we look at that. We also take a look at Ookla if they release their findings, and then we kind of form an opinion like we always do. One thing I can say with confidence, T-Mobile has vastly improved its network. Across any metric that you look at, T-Mobile has improved. Now, according to Opensignal, T-Mobile is dominating overall. That's according to Opensignal. I have to say that. It's not according to me. It's not according to anyone else. This is according to Opensignal. So if you look at the overall video experience, live video, games, download, upload, T-Mobile is the clear winner. Now, overall, you would assume is LTE and 5G together. Then you look at the 5G according to Opensignal. You have Verizon winning most of the 5G categories, which is, it's ass backwards. It's supposed to be the other way around, right? Verizon should be the overall winner and T-Mobile should be the winner on 5G. But in this testing, that's not the case. And T-Mobile really only gets the download speed and the coverage experience. So that's something that can be debated all day long. But what I can say, looking at this set of data and Root Metrics, right, just kind of backtracking to the first half of 2024, T-Mobile won 48 of 49 metro markets. They've never, ever done that before. Never. They used to only win like 8, maybe 5, maybe 10, and then that was it at most. They won like 48, 49 metro markets. And even though most of them were a tie, which is what it'll end up being for the most part, because these networks are going to be hard to distinguish. They're getting better drastically and quickly. And they're even winning some state testing now too. And if it goes the way it's been going, that's only going to increase for the second half report that's coming out in February. It's only going to increase. I don't think T-Mobile is going to take any steps backwards, right? They might, here and there might be some discrepancies where they score a bit lower in some markets than they did in the first half. But that's only due to the fact that they're growing at the pace that they are. And we've called it out. We've said that there needs to be more deployment. They can't just rely on the spectrum. But for now, they're heavily relying on the spectrum. Right, you can hear them talking about it. We only deployed 60% of our spectrum, right? So when they say that, they're telling us they have 40% more to tap into, whether that's refarming, deploy C-band, whatever. They have additional spectrum to tap into. But they have to keep an eye out on actual physical deployments. They got to deploy more stuff. Now, they might not be in the danger zone today, and I think their systems are showing that. There are still some... The issues that probably are still lingering around today are probably RSRP and coverage related. I was at an area earlier called Mesquite Hills. Verizon's the only one that built a tower out there. No one else in the last 3 to 4 years has built anything. That's AT&T and T-Mobile. So both of them struggle in that part. That's a newly developed neighborhood, and it's growing very quickly and vastly expanding north. So Verizon is set, from what I'm hearing, to build another tower in that area. So T-Mobile and AT&T are starting from a point of being behind. But that's stuff that can be fixed. It can be fixed, right? So everyone's experience is going to be different. That's why it's anecdotal, it's individual, right? You can come in the comment section and say, hey, T-Mobile doesn't work for me, but that doesn't mean they haven't improved. Right? If you haven't tried T-Mobile in the last 10 years, today they're totally different. But they could still be bad in that same area that you're in. It's possible, right? So we can't rule out all those possibilities. But according to Opensignal, T-Mobile dominates overall for the third time in a row, according to them. We'll look at the root metrics testing. I'm going to make a strong guess that T-Mobile has improved again, right, versus first half. And that's just more evidence to add to T-Mobile getting better. They're gradually increasing their network size each and every day, right? Sites are being built, sites are being turned on at the same time. So the network is growing. They're adding spectrum. They're adding backhaul, right? There's more 10 gig backhaul, right? There's more of those Nokia routers being built into the network that are 10 gig capable. So all of that eventually is going to lead to a very robust network and a very, very, very competitive network. I would say, and I think most of you would agree, the most competitive network T-Mobile has ever built. There were a few analysts that had that statement pre-merger. They said if the merger is approved, this will be the biggest threat, competitive-wise, that AT&T and Verizon will have ever faced in the wireless industry, and I think we're heading in that direction. This is keeping AT&T and Verizon up at night. Some of the higher ups, right? They've never had that type of competition in the smaller markets and rural areas. Not all of them yet, but they've never had that type of competition. So now that T-Mobile is moving in little by little, they're having to respond, right? Just look at Verizon. They're operating differently now. They've actually carried some of the Q4 promotions into Q1. I've seen them on TV. They're still paying off your device up to $800. They're still doing the new and existing customers get the same deal, any phone, any condition. They're still advertising that on TV heavily. So they're operating differently, right? AT&T is doing the guarantee thing. I don't know where that will take them, but they're doing that aggressively. I think I saw like 6 or 7 different commercials that they're running. Tim Tebow, I saw Marshawn Lynch. They're paying all kinds of people to be in these commercials. So both of them are having to operate differently because before they never had to do this. T-Mobile was a threat, but they couldn't compete at scale. So everybody was like, oh, they can take those few customers here and there, but they're not going to go to these areas and compete. But now they're going to those areas and they're competing, and it's a headache. It's really a headache. Now they're going to the government agencies. Now they're going to the businesses. It's a headache. Trust me. It's a competitive environment. You either win or you lose. So some of these executives at Verizon and AT&T are having to answer, hey, how come, we're losing this business? How come we're not growing necessarily in this direction? They're going to have to say, well, because T-Mobile is undercutting us in price, or T-Mobile is doing this, or they're doing that. That's the only other competitor that they have. Dish is not getting off the ground. And for many years, Verizon and AT&T have just been swapping customers back and forth. So now it's T-Mobile really becoming a competitive threat, and we know they're on the offensive. They're on the offense. They're going, 100 miles per hour. They're trying to take whatever they can get, right? And they're telling us every quarter they've taken UPS, they've taken the Postal Service, they've taken Tractor Supply, they're taking this, they're taking that, and they're taking Delta, they're taking major airlines, phone lines. I mean, they're doing it. It's not just something that we're guessing, speculating. No, they're actually putting pen to paper and they're providing solutions. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.